Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Miss Maritza's here. Today, boys and girls, I want to talk about something very important that we have discussed in the past, and we started talking about it right before the winter came. Because in the winter, a lot of people would get sick, right? That's when you would start getting colds and a runny nose and maybe a cough, or hopefully never, but the flu and things like that. And today, boys and girls, it's very important that we talk about germs. I know that Miss Wendy sent you a lovely video of a fun science experiment that you could do at home. So I want to continue with that topic of germs. Now, what are germs? Germs are little tiny living creatures that are found everywhere, boys and girls. They're found on this table here, right in front of me. They're on your toys. They're on all surfaces. They're on walls. They're in mommy's and daddy's cars. They're on your body. They're everywhere. And you can't really see them. The only way to see a germ is using a tool that makes things larger. Does anyone know what that tool is? We have actually one in the classroom, a pretend one, and you could see things in there. What is that called? Does anyone know? It's called a microscope, right? So I'm going to read the story, and I know that I read it before, but boys and girls, it's always okay to reread a story as long as we're reviewing. And it's kind of like a movie, right? I'm sure some of you that love movies will watch it over and over again. I do. So I'm going to read the story to you again and refresh your memories, okay? This is called Germs Are Not for Sharing by Elizabeth Verdick. And what is the boy and girl doing on the cover? They're washing their hands, right, boys and girls? So we're going to go over that too. Okay, let's begin. What are too small to see but can have the power to make you sick? What is that called, boys and girls? Germs. Germs, they're in the air, in food and water, and on your body, and on all the things you touch. Not all germs are bad, though. Still, germs are not for sharing because germs can make you sick. Boys and girls, how do you think the little girl feels in the book? Does she look happy or does she look sad? She looks sad, right, boys and girls, because she got sick. And we don't want any of you to get sick. We want you to stay healthy. Achoo! Achoo! What do you need to do when you sneeze? What do you need to do? Boys and girls, we talked about this a lot in the class, almost every day, and especially in the last few weeks, we spoke about it a lot. When you sneeze, boys and girls, what should you do? You should always cover your sneeze with your elbow, right? And if you cough, you should also cough into your elbow, right? Because if you don't, then you spread your germs to everyone else. And we don't want to do that, right? We want to contain our germs. So in the story, though, the boy has also something, if you're carrying them around, what does he have in his hand? A tissue. You can also sneeze into a tissue if you have it handy, right? Or you can cover your sneeze with the tissue if you have it. And then this says, blow, wipe, and toss. Yes, boys and girls, that's very important. We always want to toss out our tissue after using it. We don't want to leave it lying around on a table or on a counter or anything like that, because then those germs are going to get on that counter as well. Cough, cough, cough. What do you need to do? We just said it, right? Cover up your mouth before the germs get out. Like this, right? He's using a tissue. Or like this with her elbow. Wow, this one's a little different. What is he doing? This is kind of cool and different. He's doing it in his shoulder, right? That's fine too. As long as you don't spread it out into the air. You always want to cover it as best as you can. If you cough or sneeze into your hands, Hurry up and wash them because germs are not for sharing, boys and girls, right? So if you do happen to sneeze or cough at home, make sure to wash your hands right away. And a lot of you boys and girls may have younger sisters or brothers too, or babies around, so you don't want to get them sick either. So you have to be very responsible with that. When germs get on your hands, they can spread to other people. And these are some ways that you can spread them, which we don't want to do because they're not for sharing. By holding hands, right? Or by playing games, or even giving each other high fives, boys and girls. So we don't want to do that. We always want to make sure that our hands are clean, right? Oh, whenever you touch something, where are they? They're in a bathroom, right? Your germs get left behind and you might even pick up some new ones. So boys and girls, you want to be careful with everything you're touching. Here are some places where germs hang out. What's this? On your phone, right? So if you play with mommy's and daddy's cell phones, they have germs, right? Your toys, balls. Look, a piggy bank if you have at home. If you use a computer or an iPad, definitely your shoes. All of these things, of course, the bathroom, the toilet, and your pets too, right? If you have a dog or a cat, all of those things have germs, boys and girls. So you want to be very, very careful. Germs everywhere. What can you do? You can wash your hands. Use warm water and lots of soap. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Now, boys and girls, when you wash your hands, you don't want to just do this side of the hand, right? You want to remember the back side of the hand. You want to remember between your fingers. You want to remember under your nails and also the wrist, right? You want to remember every part of your hand because that's important because they can get anywhere. Wash as long as it takes to sing the ABCs or happy birthday twice, right? We've said that to you before. Scrub the tops, scrub your palms, wash under your nails, and even your wrists, like Miss Maritza just said. Now rinse, rinse, rinse. Send those germs down the drain. Bye-bye, germs. And then you want to use a clean towel to dry your hands. These are all 10 good times to wash your hands, right? Now, I'm not going to go over all of them because I want you at home to come up with some situations where you would wash your hands. So for instance, you want to wash them after touching your pet, right? So if you have a pet, if you have a dog or a cat at home and you pet them, you want to wash your hands afterwards. And you want to wash your hands before you eat. Remember, boys and girls in school, we would always give you magic soap right before you had lunch or right before you had snack. So that's important. So these are all other ways, other times that it's important to wash your hands, okay? So I want you to think at home and come up with situations where it's important to wash your hands. That's 10 good times to wash your hands, one for each finger. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All clean. And that's the end, boys and girls. So we don't want to share our germs, boys and girls. Please remember that we want you all to stay healthy. So we want you to do this. This is always important. We don't want anyone to get sick. I'm sending mommies and daddies a couple of ditto sheets for you to work at home with. And again, I want you to come up with situations where it's always important to wash your hands, right? And we went over this a little bit in school many months ago, but it's good to refresh your memory, especially now, okay? So I love you. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, boys and girls.